in New York City, and we're with America's Premier Experts, and I thought, what better chance to pick people's brains and minds than those who are experts throughout the country for what they do. So, do you want to share just briefly, where are you from?
I'm from Raleigh, North Carolina.
Okay.
My mom is in California,
Okay.
and she's 83,
Okay.
and she just suffered a stroke. So we're in the process of trying to work out, what's best for her. She's not at a place where she can stay at home anymore, so she's going to have some type of care.
Okay.
But I have huge concerns around. She's still strong and independent enough that she needs help, but she doesn't need someone to baby
Right.
her.
Right.
So how do you find that balance in her care that still leaves her whole?
Right, when she feels like she's not incapable of doing things on her own.
That is
So where is she now? Is she in a hospital? Is she at home with you?
She's still at home all by herself.
She is by herself. And have you started the search into assisted living at all yet?
Well, I started the search probably last fall when she went through some major surgery that kind of brought on this health decline. And the experience was not exactly positive with some of the people who come in and look out for folks like that.
Okay.
So I'm probably more hypersensitive about what I wanted to go into.
Okay, so when you started looking into assisted living options initially, you were kind of turned off by what the experience was? Is that what you're saying?
I don't find necessarily the people who are doing the care to be of high quality.
So the nursing staff that might be helping, or are you talking about the marketing staff that you dealt with when you initially
Marketing
called?
staff was great. I
Okay,
think
good.
they were, point of contact were wonderful and caring, but I think the actual people who come, my perception was that a lot of times they're not highly paid. Not
like home health care you're talking about.
Right.
Okay.
And it was more
You
of a-
weren't impressed, so you just said put the brakes on this. Okay, so where did you get so when you started looking into home health, assisted living, where did you find, what was your source for locating these companies?
my mom's doctor.
Okay, so you trusted the referral that came from the doctor, and then did you just call them directly? Did you do any research online?
Called them directly, did
Okay.
research, picked up their flyers, looked at a couple of
Okay.
things,
Very
had
good.
conversations with people.
And did you look at any assisted living properties at all yet?
No, but that's what I'm in the process of doing now. The first decision I have to make is whether that's going to be in California or North Carolina.
What's going to influence your decisions about the place you'll choose?
Purely people, I think. Purely people.
So the people you trust, or you feel like you can truly trust
Yep.
to take care of her.
I would much rather have her in a place that she feels like she's a part of a family than some type of an assisted living place that's glamorous and has tons of stuff, but the care is poor.
Because this is the end of her life. You want her to feel loved, cared for.
That's important.
When you
I mean, my first choice is that she would be in my home.
Right.
And when she first got sick, I brought her to my house for 4 months. And then she wanted to go home, so I had to let her go. I mean, you can't keep someone where they don't want to
Sure.
be.
And how does she feel about this?
Well, I think with the stroke, she's fighting it. Of course, she's saying, I can take care of myself.
Right.
But all the visible signs, not being able to pay bills, not being able to focus, all those things are there, and you have to make decisions.
And is there anything you think at all that would get her excited about this could be a good thing for me? Or you just think it's going to be maybe a tough battle to kind of just make this decision for her?
My mom is not a real social person, so I think being forced in a scenario where there's lots of people around her is going to be hard. I mean, she lives on a farm.
Oh, okay.
And she doesn't. Her nearest neighbor is 5 miles away, so she's used to being by herself.
Okay, so maybe if someone verbalized to her that they understand she's not a real social person, that she lives on a farm, and they're going to respect her privacy, that they're going to, let her. If she wants to stay in her house and watch in her room and her apartment and watch TV, that's fine. If she wants to socialize, that's fine. Maybe if there was a place where she can interact with animals or gardening, the things she likes to do. Would that possibly help her to get more excited if she could bring some of those things she loves into her current environment? So, and I was just curious, any last thoughts that, let's say somebody's watching this who runs an assisted living community or, portfolio properties. Is there any advice you would give for someone like you in your situation about what might make your experience better, help you be more educated, anything at all?
Well, the only thing comes across my mind is that you have to make tough decisions, and you have to make decisions based on how much you love the person that you're trying to look out for.
Sure.
I think if you do those choices, you make the right choice in whatever you have to
And
do.
the easier we can make that job for you, the
I'm
better.
sorry?
The easier we can make that process for you,
Absolutely.
the better, because it's tough.
'Cause you're
It's
torn.
emotional. Yeah, it is.
Nobody
It's
wants
very
to do
tough.
that.
Nobody. Well, I thank you for your time.
You're
so
welcome.
appreciate it.
Glad I could
Thank
be
you.
helpful.
Closing thoughts?
I think everything he said is right on, and it's a tough decision, and I think our industry just has to do a better job of listening, just keeping our mouths shut a little bit, listening to what people have to say, how they're feeling, and then do a great job of presenting how we can, care for the loved ones around the things that would make them at peace and sleep at night knowing, hey, she's not being forced into activities, or she's not being forced to go to that dining room. They're delivering that meal to her apartment tonight because that's what she likes. So anyways, it was great to learn what he talked about. Thank you.